Welcome back. In this video, we'll be discussing the god Thor. This is the second video in the many-part video series talking about the gods. Thor, as was stated in the previous video, is the god of strength, also the son of Odin. More commonly, for those who are knowledgeable of him or know much about him, a lot of Thorsmen, he is considered the working man's god. Any blue collar workers, I would advise pay special attention to Thor. He's considered the strongest of the gods, and so one of the more honorable, but they're all honorable in different ways. Now, I gotta talk about it. And those of the healing community that might be watching my videos, you already know what's coming. Marvel. Marvel comics and Marvel movies depicts Thor as a demigod, superhero, etc., etc. I really hope there's not many out there who believe that is accurate portrayal of who he is in the North Pantheon. For starters, he's not kin to Loki. They did get it right that he's the son of Odin. But they're also wrong that he has a romantic relationship with a woman here on Earth, or Midgard. So it gets frustrating sometimes. But it's a very common question, especially when Thor is brought up. Oh, so you worship a Marvel book character? No. Thor, the god, has been around long before comic books ever were even considered. Technically, before even the written language. But they did get one thing right. For sure. Thor is considered the protector of mankind, specifically the weak, the meager. He uses his strength to protect the innocent. So anybody who is a Thorsman, aside from having great physical strength and great aptitude in that regard, they must also be defenders of the weak, defenders of their fellow man, whoever that is. And that's an important thing to bear in mind. As in common knowledge, Thor wields Mjolnir. Mjolnir is a hammer that only Thor can wield. This is primarily based on its construction. It was constructed by the dwarves, specifically the dwarves Sindri. It was, by the dwarf standards, a relatively incompetent or imperfect hammer that they were crafting for the gods based on a challenge that was put forth. I can get into that story at a later time, but the ends of the means is that the handle to the hammer was too short in comparison to the weight of the hammerhead. This caused it to be unwieldy. Only the strongest of the gods could even consider wielding it. It was insanely heavy. And furthermore, it required enchanted belt and an enchanted gauntlet even for Thor to hold and pick up and wield. But that is Thor's hammer, that is Mjolnir. And since we're on the topic of the discussion, many heathens will wear a Mjolnir pendant. This is a pendant for protection. It's a protection pendant. It's something a lot of heathens have taken to wearing to gather or summon protection from